Whew. That last set was hard. But working out's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be hard but enjoyable. Hey, what's going on, guys? Josh Jones here. We are back for another video. Today is push day. We're currently 7 weeks out from the show, so I'm gonna take you guys through what a typical chest and shoulder day looks like. Just come follow along. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just trying to warm up my scapula and warm up my shoulders. You know, I tend to have a lot of shoulder issues on my right side, so I just like to get everything firing properly. Right before we go into our first pressing movement, we are going to start up with side laterals, and then we'll go into our first chest press. You know, I thought coming to train at this time, midday, will be pretty dead, but you know, it's Monday, so a lot of people are off on Monday, so they like to come in and train in the middle of the afternoon, but we're just gonna roll with it. First exercise is machine side lateral raises. We're just gonna do a couple warm-up sets, and then we're gonna do 2 top sets. So what a typical warm-up set looks like, I'm usually doing no more than, I would say like 5 to 8 reps, nothing crazy, just to get some blood in the shoulder, just trying to get myself primed for that top set. Nothing crazy. That's pretty much it. So it's gonna be like the top set, 10 to 12 reps, and then 5 partials at the end. Oh. 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 So one thing you can never have too much of is side delts. They're a smaller muscle, so you can train them a little more frequently. So what I like to do on a chest day, I'll do one shoulder exercise, side laterals at the beginning before I get into any pressing movements. And then on my shoulder day, I'll do 2 side lateral raises, like 1 standing and then 1 seated, just to get some variation in there, just to try to get some blood in there. And you keep doing that, trust me, over time, your side delts will grow. Back off set. So goal here is to try to get 12 to 15 reps and 5 partials at the end. So we're gonna try to see how much we can get. Boom. 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 Oh shit. So we're now on a Smith incline press. This is probably one of my favorite incline movements. I'm very shoulder dominant with my presses. And in my first couple of years of training, that was something that I had a big problem with, was activating my chest properly. So I had to move away from free weight barbells because I was getting little to no chest involvement. So now I get into a Smith machine or some type of plate loaded incline press. That way I don't have to worry about having to use all the stabilizer muscles. I can really just put most of the tension on my chest. And over time, over the last couple of years, that's when my chest really started to respond. So if you guys have trouble activating your chest, a couple tips I can give you. Don't have your arms too flared out. Try to have them slightly adducted in and keep your chest high at all times. And you want to almost like converge. It's a little bit harder to do that on a bar, but on dumbbells or any type of incline machine press, it's a lot easier to converge and initiate the movement with your chest, just like this. And I'll tell you, it's like a lot of shoulder involvement out of the movement. So quick tip here, if you have issues trying to align the bench properly with the bar, a little tip that I learned from Terrence Ruffin is put the bar down to the pad, and then that way you can see where it aligns with the pad, and that way you can adjust the bench accordingly, so that way you're not having to constantly move it from side to side or turn it at a different angle. I mean, I know the Smith machine is a little bit off center, but adding this into the mix really helped out, and that way you're not spending so much time getting into that exercise. So again, we're gonna work up to two top sets. I'm doing 2 to 3 warm-up sets, or some people also like to call them feeder sets. Again, like first set I got 10 reps, second set I did 8. This time I'm really gonna drop that, I'm gonna drop the amount of reps down to maybe 3 or 4. I'm really just trying to get my central nervous system accustomed to the weight, nothing crazy. So that way I don't tax myself when I get into that heavy top set. And that top set, we're gonna shoot for like an 8 to 10 rep range, somewhere in that ballpark. I ended up getting 10 last week, so we're gonna see how much we get this week with the same weight. And then if I match those reps, next week we'll go up. So that moved pretty easy. So we're gonna stick here, and like I said before, we're gonna shoot for 8 to 10 reps. And if I get more, great. If not, I'm not really tripping about it. You know, again, we are 7 weeks out. Strength is still high. It's probably stronger than it's been all prep, which is a good thing. And one thing you wanna do when you're in prep, you don't wanna add a bunch of unnecessary volume or go lighter on weight. The same way that you're gonna train in the off season is the same way you're gonna train in a prep, because that's how you're gonna retain the muscle. A bigger muscle is a stronger muscle. You might be lower in body fat, but your body knows how to adapt to those loads. When we get further into the prep, we're probably gonna remove a lot of those intensifiers like the rest pause sets, the drop sets, we'll probably stick to just straight sets. So that way, you know, we're still making recovery a top priority and managing fatigue as best we can as we get leaner and make that final push into the show. And today I'm feeling really good. You know, I got up, did fasted cardio a little bit later than I normally would, but that's okay. I'm training off of one meal, which wasn't ideal, but you know, life happens and you have other responsibilities you got to take care of. But I do feel like I'm in a good spot. I'm ready to train. I feel like everything's firing properly, and this is going to be a good session. All right, let's get this top set going. Let's go. Come on, Josh, 7 weeks, let's go. Oh shit. Whew. Wasn't quite 10 reps, but that's okay. I like the way the weight moved this week. A lot easier than last week. Execution was still there. Am I a little bit bummed about not getting 10? Yeah. But last week I did have a spotter, so I had a little bit of help on that last and final rep. But 9.5, I'll take it. So we're about to jump into my back off set. So same rep scheme, aiming for the 12 to 15 rep range. You know, I ended up getting 15 with the same amount of weight last week. So we're gonna aim for that again this week and see what we can do. And if I'm able to match it, then we'll go up next week. If not, I'll stay here for maybe like another week or two until I feel comfortable to bump the weight up again, and then we'll just go from there. Let's go. That was a good set. It's crazy because sometimes when I do my back off sets, I feel like I get a lot more out of that movement than I do on my top set. The top set is not necessarily an ego lift, but when you go into that back off set, you drop the weight just a little bit. You're really able to focus on that tempo a little bit more. Just slow your reps down and really take the chest through its full range of motion, get the best stimulus possible. You got to be more intentional about your lifting in general, especially if you're trying to improve a body part, because that's the only way that it's going to grow over time. All right, so for our next exercise, we're doing a flat press. It's the Flex Leverage Flat Press. It is by far the best chest press machine in this gym. It's a piece that's not made anymore. It's super hard to find. So if your gym has this machine, I highly recommend running this machine into the ground. It's got some of the best chest activation. You can adjust the handles based off of where you want to feel that stretch. And it's always a good movement. I mean, especially if you're somebody who has, you know, a shoulder injury or something like that, you want to try to remain as safe as possible. Stick to a machine, flat press. You know, that way you're not having to worry about stabilizing some dumbbells or barbell flat bench. I don't recommend anyway. It's not a bodybuilding exercise. You've seen a lot of guys who've gotten a pec tear off of it. So you want to always try to find a machine that converges, because that's going to allow you to fully contract the chest and also get a perfect amount of stress in the bottom of the movement. So if you have this in your gym, give this a try. Whew. So now we're getting ready to go into our top set. We're gonna shoot for 8 to 10. The last couple weeks with 3 plates, I've gotten, we're on the 8.5, 9-ish reps. So we're gonna try to go for more this week and see what we can do. I'm confident we can make this happen. I'm definitely gonna need to grab a spotter for this one. 8-ish reps. Once I start to kind of fail a little bit, you can just try to help me on the last couple reps. All right. One, 2, 3. Yes, sir. Thank you. One more. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
I should have used the spot on mine, so I needed that.
I'm telling you, man, this is a great machine, but once you go heavier in weight, it's harder to get out of the hole.
Right, exactly.
And
that convergence at the top, when you get it together, like
it's the perfect squeeze, man. This is like literally my favorite machine outside of an incline press.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, man, I appreciate the spot, man. Thank you. Yep. Nine reps, I'll take it. One, 2, 3. Yes, sir. Thank you. If I start to struggle a little bit, just try to help me out on those last couple reps. One, two, three. One more. I got one more. Come on, James, let's go. One more. Whew. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Whew. That was hard. You good, bro? Bro, I don't care. It's a video, that's all. I ain't tripping about that. The more people, the better. So that was a hard set, but he really made me work for those last couple reps. As you can see on those last 2 attempts, I was really struggling. I mean, he probably helped me a little bit more, but I still felt my chest moving. Pec deck flies. We're gonna do 3 working sets in that 12 to 15 rep range. I'm already warmed up, so I don't need to go into any warm-up sets. So we're just gonna go right into it. Just try to get as much blood in there and squeeze and get a nice big stretch at the bottom. And then we'll move on to triceps. All right, so we're on our last set of pec deck flies. Like I said, I've kept everything in that 12 to 15 rep range. Once we're done with this, we'll go into true tricep exercises, get a little bit of posing in, and then that'll be a wrap for the workout. Our first tricep exercise is tricep push downs. Again, staying in that 12 to 15 rep range. I'm already warmed up from a lot of my pressing movements, so there's really no need to do any warm-up sets on arms. We'll just go straight into it. You know, at the end of the day, we're here to get in and get out and not spend too much time doing a bunch of unnecessary warm-ups once we get further into the workout. So we're gonna do 2 more sets here, move on to a tricep dip, do some posing, and then that'll be it for today's workout.
Yeah. Thank you. This is my last one. Okay. You have 95? Yeah, have a good one then.
Whew. That last set was hard. But working out's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be hard but enjoyable. I had to do 40 minutes of cardio this morning. I'm like, good Lord. It's like, it's that first 20 minutes where it's just like, fuck, I don't feel like doing this. I'm hurting. I just trained legs yesterday. But it's like after that initial 20 minutes, it's like your body gets acclimated to it, and it's just like, all right, the last 20 minutes aren't gonna be so bad. I'll try to put on like a podcast or something like that and just not even pay attention to the time on the treadmill. So yeah, man. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man. All right, now we're here for our last and final exercise, machine tricep dips. I treat this as a compound exercise for triceps. It hits all parts of the triceps, long head and the short head, and it's a good finisher movement at the end of your workout. So same thing, same rep scheme, 12 to 15-ish reps, and then that'll be it for the workout. Oh. This has been a great workout. I'm feeling great. Body's responding the way I want it to. I'm getting a nice pump as a result of what I'm doing. I don't ever train for the pump specifically. You know, I'm all about trying to get the most intense workout possible. And just based off of what you're doing, you're gonna get a pump with the intensity of your training. You know, one of the mistakes I made the first couple years, I was always training for a pump. I was doing way too much volume. I was doing 4 to 5 sets per exercise, going moderate weight. And over time, my body just wasn't recovering properly. It was a mental thing where I felt like I had to be in the gym 6 days a week, which in hindsight, that was probably dumb, but I didn't know any better. And plus I was a little bit younger. I was able to recover a little bit better, but I was also hurting myself in the process because I wasn't getting the right amount of recovery. And now I only train 4 to 5 days a week. For most of the off season, I was training 4 days a week, 2 days on, 1 day off, repeat. And then I would take a third rest day if needed. And my body got the best results from that. And I don't spend more than 3 days in the gym at a time. More than 3 days, my body starts to fatigue. I'm not coming here with full intensity, and performance just really starts to take a hit. So if you're training hard enough, you don't need to spend more than 2 to 3 days in the gym. Come on, let's go. Last set. Let's go. So we just finished triceps. That was a great workout. So now we're gonna go knock out a little bit of posing, and come follow me. All right, guys, so that wraps up the workout. Today was a push day. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.